Alright. Oh, I should probably open up chat. Okay. So I was out all day, didn't get home in time for the randomizer race, but I got the seed and I can just do it. Do it now. Call it async, like asynchronously. I'm not in the race, but I'm just gonna do the seed as if I were. No big deal. So, a couple things I can tell just looking at this. We've got Spirit Medallion for free, and we have a Pona song for free, and we're starting as child. Not a ton of information, but means we're starting as child, but if we go adult, we can go to Gerudo and move around fast. So, and then if we get whatever the Shadow Medallion is, then we'll get an item. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and start. Okay. I know I'm on the Lost Whispers, I just don't know which side is Kokiri and which side is the field. Let's go to Kokiri because there's a bunch of chests right in here. Ooh, a big one. Oh. Can't see the small chest behind here. Slingshot. So the big chests have its chest size matches contents is the setting. So big chests have items you need and the items that you need will be in big chests and they won't be in small chests. Doesn't mean all big chests are items you need, but it means you don't have to open the small chests. But I open the small chests, especially early on, because bomb chews aren't in items you need, but they let you use explosives. I'm gonna skip that one because I'm gonna miss the boulder if I don't. Alright, so nothing in here. I'm just gonna go put there for some money. I'm gonna go to the Lost Woods, get the song, Saria's song check. The save warp isn't great. I mean, it'll get me back here pretty quick. And like, this is a good place to start, but 50, 30. Actually, I probably should just do slingshot. Really? How did I hit it the second time? I didn't move. I can actually do this like an old seed where I just go to southern Hyrule route. So I'll probably just do that. Hopefully time of day didn't get too messed up by me going to the field and leaving. Maybe I just do the Gerudo for the extra time. Down, up, right, A, up. Magic. Alright, so magic isn't super useful right now, but it opens up other items when I get them, so there's a good chance it's required. Weep sound. Probably Navi. It's a little bit out of the way to go, but we're getting a song, and all the song checks are on other songs. And they're really important. Songs are like warp songs, and are generally more useful than other items. I'm gonna go a little bit slow here, but I'm gonna get these rupees. Just because if I get 40, I can get a check in the Lost Woods. Backwalk up here. Backwalking is faster if you can go far enough distance. I want a Requiem instead of save warping. Where's the main is Path to Phantom Ganon. Ah, great. Where am I? I think this is worth going back for. Fucking great. I've never seen Link fail to grab that ledge. Recovery Heart. Like Hylia is Path to King Dodongo. Okay. Well then I'm just gonna do the whole shebang. Get lost. Get this hint. Goron City Hammer unlocks ice arrows. Well, ice arrows are useless, so... So I'm gonna warp away from here because it's slow to climb back up, and then I'll save warp back to, Oh, this is gonna reset time of day. Probably still doing the whole shebang, but it'll be a little weird. Hopefully it's fine. I do have Slingshot. Okay, so what was this? Requiem, Song of Time. Guess I'll go do this, because I can. Oh, nice. Fairy Fountain, Spirit Temple. Relaxing. These guys are on fire, which means if they touch me, my shield burns. I got a seed bag upgrade, which means I have tons of seeds, so tons of slingshot ammo. Okay. If this isn't a key, then I can just leave. It is. You can shoot this. You're supposed to have boomerang for this in the vanilla game, but you don't actually need that. You can hit it with slingshot. Not even super precise. It's probably easier to hit it with slingshot. Could go to that other check. for a chance at it being choose, but I'm just gonna go here. I actually need bombs to proceed through the dungeon. I passed this room, but I can get into this room and check the 2 checks here. And grab the Skulltula. I'm at low health, so the low health sound effect is also randomized, and it's the bongo drum. You just hear this like slow drum beat in the background every time I'm at low health, which is absolutely fantastic. Kind of hoping I take fall damage because it will get me back to the beginning of the dungeon. Oh, never mind. So close. At this point I'm close enough that I'm trying to not die. Oh. Whatever, this will give me my health back. A little bit more. Can sneak over here, peek at the top. Doesn't look like anything though, I'm not 100% sure. Final Frogs is bomb choose. That's very unlikely to matter. So the Final Frog check is something you get when you get all the child songs, the non-warp songs. You play them for the frogs. That's one of the tougher checks in the game to get. There's hints for all the tough checks that aren't. Yeah, there's a bunch of checks that are deemed like too tough to get normally, like the Final Frog check, Bigoron check, where you have to do a whole trade sequence. There is a mercy on that, in that they don't make you do the whole thing. It starts at a random item that's most of the way down the chain, but it's still like a 4-minute check. On a timer, so you have to do it all at once. Skull Mask. That's way later in the day than it usually is. I might have just wasted too much time in the desert. Speaking of which, this is Spirit Temple music, I think. In the field. Ocarina of Time is storms. That's ominous. Okay. This grotto is kind of out of the way, but it's Sphere 0, which means you can get it without any items. Sphere 0 checks are more likely to have items because you can always get to them, and if the game ever sets up the items such that you can't get to an item you need, it has to re-roll it, so it's slightly more likely that you find good items in Sphere 0 checks. You try to route them in whenever you can. But like I said, some of them are just kind of out of the way. Grab this chicken, go over here. You're supposed to get this as adult, I think. But you can grab it with the chicken. Then you can check the Waterfall heart piece. Same chicken. try to peek at it. It's a gold rupee. Fuck it. I need some money for fishing. Normally I would leave this behind, but I'm poor. So that's worth 200 rupees. My wallet can only hold 99, so somehow we pick up that 1 rupee but only get half of it. Frogs in a storm. Never seen that before. So that's there's 2 heart pieces you get from the frogs. One for Song of Storms and one for all the songs. And I got the hints for both of those items. So there's actually no reason to go to the river as child unless it's like scale locked or something. 30 skulls is a blue rupee. I got the 30 and 50 skull, and I should mark those off. That's a seed bag. I don't need that. Be a little careful that it's not a bomb bag, but it had the strings on it. I'm gonna play the Scarecrow song. When I turn adult, if I play that song again for the Scarecrow, he'll show up whenever I call him in certain spots where I can hookshot him. It locks some things, notably in Fire Temple. It locks a check. Sometimes it's required, so try to set it up if you can. It's one of these out of the way things you just try to route in. Please bite it. I'm gonna catch a fish. It doesn't have to be the biggest fish like normally. Randomizer sort of changed that as like a quality of life thing. Ooh, vanilla. So I can actually grab this seed bag. Now it's a wallet. No, it's a seed bag. Did it just turn night? Or is that a different sound effect? Really? I missed it. So it actually just turned night. So that's a little bad because I want to go to the castle, but it's fine, we will manage. I'll probably just go down the river. Like I said, I don't need to go there as a child, but I'm right here, so I'll probably do the domain checks. Zora's domain blocks the way to Phantom Ganon, and there's 2 checks I can do here. As child, Bigoron is a blue rupee. So I'm just going to do these checks because it's just smart to do them, because very likely that one of these 2 checks has an item. Because there aren't really adult domain checks. So I'm going to talk to that guy to start this mini game, and then I'm just going to leave and turn around. A little weird. We're going to light this torch during the mini game. It's a little faster than doing it by itself. I'm going to stand in a certain spot, put away the stick, and the stick went through the torch as I put it away. And that's going to set up flame storage. So this is a mostly glitchless run, but Flame storage is a glitch you're allowed to do. It's legal cheating. Basically, what's going to happen is I put the stick away in the torch. So as long as that torch is still loaded, when I pull out a stick, it's going to appear where it was before, which is at the torch, light on fire, then teleport to my hands. And that's going to let me basically light the stick from all the way over here. And then I can light these torches. Alright. Pick up, thank you. If you put the stick away before it burns out, you get it doesn't burn out, so you don't waste the stick. So I imagine, since that was a small chest, this guy has like hookshot or bow or something. Hookshot, yeah. Really good. Now that we have hookshot, like I was already trying to go adult, so now that I have hookshot, definitely a good idea to go adult. Grab this because I'm here. Then we'll just go down the river and go adult. Okay, that's nothing. Skull mask is arrows. Great. I'm gonna stay up here. Grab this cuckoo. Bring it over here. Buy a bean. I already checked the Desert Colossus, so I'm only gonna buy this one bean. Pick up this cuckoo if it'll let me. I'm gonna climb the river again. This is just to get one more check. I could leave this for adults, but then I have to go to the river. No. And I'm not going to be at the river for a while. So as long as I can make it to Lon Lon and then back to the castle in one day night cycle, I should be fine. Please climb the ladder. That's not a... I should mark off magic and scale because I have... that's not like a tall order, that's not like a tough trip, it's just... Don't mess up. Okay. You don't usually come to the river this early, but I knew there was something in Zora's domain. And it's nice to get these 3 hints. So, 2 of them were duplicates. But there's 2 of each hint. There's 20 hints total. And 40 stones, so each stone has... Oh. There's 2 of each hint. By basic math. I'm actually gonna skip this skull, because I'm trying to make a day-night cycle, so... It shouldn't be too precise, but if I miss it, I'm down like 2 whole minutes. Alright, so there's a song we get at Lon Lon. You can only get it as child, so we're going to do that because songs are important. And then from Lon Lon, we're just going to go right to the the market and read the pedestal to see what dungeons we need to do, and then go adult. I got hints for King Dodongo and Phantom Ganon, so I know I have to do those dungeons, and I can enter Forest. I didn't get an item for King Dodongo in Lake Hylia, which means I kind of want to go there as adult to check the other item that I can check. 2 items I can check. I can do adult fishing since I set up Scarecrow Song and top of the house. There's 2 more that I can't get, but since there's 2 that I can, and if one of them is strength or bombs, it will let me do Dodongo's Cavern. That's like a whole other dungeon, and strength will help me in Forest too. Okay, Nocturne, that's a good one. Go to the back of Lon Lon. There's a heart piece in this shed over here. A silo? Definitely not a shed. I don't know why I called it a shed. Alright. I should call it a check, not a heart piece. There's a check there. It's a heart piece in vanilla. It was a heart piece this time. Nothing else here, so we're just gonna leave. Usually you want to warp out of here if you can, because it's like slow to get out, but we're trying to get to castle. Warping out would be way slower. It would be the end of Hyrule Field, so we're just gonna leave. We also waste more time of day. And that's sort of something we're trying to protect. I definitely did not have a good angle. Alright. Go in here. There's a Skulltula in this box. It's there night and day. I'm gonna grab this pot and throw it. That'll kill it. Save me a stick. I'm not really hurting for sticks right now, but stick saved is a stick earned. I should have grabbed that 1 rupee. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. So I'm gonna buy this shield for 80 rupees, but it's gonna cost me less because I get a discount, but it's random how much less. Oh, that was a super cheap shield. So that means we can afford the slingshot game. This is gonna give us a check. You end up doing all the mini games because they're all checks, unless you get a hint that tells you not to do them. Great. These blue ones are the hardest ones, in my opinion. Alright, we got a heart piece. So now we're just gonna go adult. Check these 4 hints. 40 skulls is a bomb bag. Stinger School. Frogs. Flare Dancer is okay. Well, considering 40 bombs, 40 skulls is bomb bag, I'm going to go back and grab this skull. might be a total waste of time, because I might just get it in like Hylia, but I definitely don't want to skip skulls, considering that hint. If I get the other bomb bag, then I know I don't particularly need skulls, but yeah. Don't wanna. A good way to lose a ton of time is to ignore skulls and then find out 2 hours in that my only bomb bag is the 40 skulls. And I got hookshot super early, so that means I can get adult skulls. So 5 temples. We got fire, forest, DC, water, free, and spirit. This is gonna set time of day, and I don't really want to set time of day. But there's a skull here. There's really no better time to get it than now. I guess maybe right before going child. So I'm gonna save warp. Child save warp and adult save warp are both random. So this is gonna take me someplace new and exciting. And I'll see what I can do there. And if it's no place I want to go, I have warp songs. Lake. This is actually exactly where I wanted to go. So go me. I do have a Pona. Played that song, can't believe I remembered it after 7 years. Now the Scarecrow's my friend, and he'll, well, it's actually the other Scarecrow. So this is Pierre, the other one is Bonuru. One of them travels, one of them likes music. It makes sense, trust me. Oh yeah. And get these checks. I could go. I hate when the fish ignores you. There's a lot of RNG in fishing. They took some of it out. They changed how fishing works, and I honestly thought it made more sense before they changed it. But it's supposedly less random. But it is what it is. So we're just gonna catch this fish. And see what our reward is. We got our money back. Okay. I'm not even sure if this is worth playing, because I don't know if I'm doing anything else with the horse. Well, let me run through this grass and get some stuff. Magic. Don't need. I'll probably actually just use the horse for... there's hint stones around the lake. You can walk to them, but you can also ride the horse, which is a bit faster. segue. That's what these stupid birds are called. Where are you? If I let him live, he would have hit me off this ladder, so you gotta kill him. It's not worth climbing halfway up to get knocked down. Oh, and here's our bomb bag. So that's exactly what we wanted to see. Now I can do Southern Hyrule, but I guess I'm going to grab these hints while I'm here and thinking about it. I usually don't grab these hints, but I'm here with the horse. Makes a lot of sense. Because hints can really tell you where all the stuff is. I probably don't trust in the hints enough. Gerudo Valley is foolish. Well, I did most of those checks already, so... Oh no. I didn't want to get down. Okay. So I have bombs. I can do all of Dodongo's Cavern. I'm gonna do Hyrule. What do I need? I'm gonna jump over this fence and then come back. It's just tough to get the horse out of here, so I just want to get the horse out before going into this secret hole. This guy has a check for 10 rupees. Alright, I think I'm actually gonna go in this hole, check this hint, and then warp to Kakariko. I always have a save warp back to the lake if I want to go to Gerudo, and I think it's too early to go to Gerudo. Outside Garen's castle is a foolish choice. So what I mean by too early, usually you want to full clear areas when you go to them so you don't have to go back to them. There's a bunch of checks in Gerudo that I can't get. Colossus left hand is a piece of heart. And so I don't want to go to Gerudo when I can't do like half the checks. Like I need Bo to do like 4 checks in the dungeon and 2 checks in the overworld area. It's a lot of checks to just leave behind. So instead of going there, doing a bunch of stuff and realizing we're gonna have to come back, I want to go to places that I can do most of the checks. Similarly, I know I have to do Dodongo's Cavern because it's a dungeon that's required. So I need all the medallions to get to Ganon, and Dodongo's Cavern is a medallion dungeon, according to the pedestal. So I know I have to do Dodongo's Cavern, and I have all the items I need to do it, which means I should just do that. Because if there's good stuff there, then like I'm gonna have to do it at some point. Might as well do it right away, and if I find good stuff there, then I don't have to look in other places thoroughly for good stuff, because I just have good stuff. Fire's required. I have 5 hearts, I'm just gonna grab this, just for safety. I'm gonna get crushed by this door. That way I'm just back here in the graveyard because I left this back. I probably should have done it in a slightly different order. I'm not used to having Song of Time this early. And we are rewarded with a big chest. Nice. No, but it's just double health or double defense. Slightly different than double health. Right. So we're gonna come to the windmill. In here there's a song. Like I said before, song's super good, though Serenade's not the best because we have a save warp for it, but it'll help his child maybe. Then we'll just get the rest of these checks. Alright. 2 spheres, 0 magics. Seed really wanted us to have magic. One more heart piece and I should be all good for Fire Temple. I no longer need to get 40 skulls. There's a secret hole here. Because I got the bomb bag. There are still checks for 10 and 20 skulls that might be useful items, so I'm gonna still try to collect the easy skulls, but I'm not gonna do the thing I did before where I like turned around to grab a skull. I'm just gonna get the good ones. We have a hook shot, so we could actually just get here the normal way, but make this jump to the roof. And I'll go talk to this guy. He's got an item for me. Then go in this hole. Item. And a hint. I actually don't know. Is this hookshotable? No. Some ladders in the game can be hookshot, some can't. It's just a case of did they remember to put hookshot collision there? Completely arbitrary. Alright. Now let's go to Dodongo's Cavern. So I'm going to pull out this bomb and drop it here. That's going to open that wall. I didn't hear the noise. But hopefully that's opened. When I beat the dungeon, I'll be teleported back there. And now that wall will be open. There's a Skulltula in there. I'll grab the Skulltula then. That way I don't have to wait for the bomb to blow up at either time. And I can just grab it. So normally you have to go around back, but if you're Adult Link, you can just climb this ledge, and it makes it a little faster. Like Hylia, I already got that. There, yeah. Like I said before, there's 2 of every hint, so if I get that Lake Hylia hint a 3rd time, that means there's 2 items there. Though I couldn't imagine I need 2 items for King Dodongo. Since I got bomb bag there. Like the items would these. So what I'm trying to do is roll into this wall and see up when my head's like clipped through, and that'll let me peek. That you can see that treasure chest up there. seeing that it was small means I don't have to go over there to blow up the wall. I know it's not worth going to. Oh, I didn't... Really? That's annoying. Grab these bombs. I was trying to blow this up. If you go up both sides, it'll knock down this staircase. Not a big deal. Backflip, you can get up these stairs faster. Grab this 20 rupee, please. Hitting those pots on the ground is so hard when you're tall. Especially if you're trying to go fast. Alright, grab skull. There's another skull in that room that you need long shot to get, or you have to go around the dungeon. Like you have to leave and come back. It's one of the weirder skulls. Most people don't know that you can... So if the stairs are up... Oh, almost fell. If the stairs are up, there's vines on them. You can climb up there from the top. You have to, like, hit the switch in this next room. I did great. I think that was small. Oh my god. I see. Alright. Anyway, I'm gonna put a bomb down, roll into it, and shield it. That's gonna sort of glitch out Link so that the next time I jump, I get what's called a ground jump. So if I do like a backflip or a side hop, Link will just kind of jump up a little higher, and that will let me jump up and grab that ledge, which I'm not supposed to be able to do. There's no jump button in this game, but you can sort of make one with the ground jump. Okay. Bomb the eyes. Now I'm ready to go to fight the boss. Another room where you're supposed to go around, but by virtue of being an adult, I can just climb up here. Grab a bomb drop. Bombs let you go fast, so I'm just trying to be careful and have a bunch. Sometimes you go into a dungeon expecting to use bombs to do like a skip or something, and if you run out of bombs because you're bad or you just need them often, you can find yourself stuck in the middle of a dungeon and not being able to beat it because you like are missing an item that you need bombs to like skip. So just have bombs. Let's keep your stock high. Prevent catastrophes. Alright. Kill King Dodongo. He's actually the easiest boss in the game. You fight him as adults, so you deal twice as much damage as you're supposed to, but also he just has like no health. 2 cycle. He like can't really hurt you. You have to like miss the bomb throw in his mouth or something. It's just he can't hurt you. Oh, I should mark off these swords that I got. Even if I switched to the Biggeron sword, it would take 2 hits to kill him. I don't know if it's like This will give me the 6th heart, make fire just a little easier. I don't know if it's built-in protection, like he has to be at least 2 cycled, or if he just has enough health. But yeah, can't 1 cycle, unfortunately. Oh, it didn't blow this up. Alright, climb the mountain. I'm gonna go to Goron City. That will let us get to Forest from Goron City, but we're gonna stop in the crater, get the stuff there, get a song. Ooh, big chest. Hammer. Okay, now we can do all of Fire Temple. So change of plans. We're gonna do Fire Temple. I guess we might need bow. So we can hookshot this skull through the wall. Too close, okay. I'll blow this guy up. He's gonna give us a check and open the doors. I know the Goron City Hammer maze is nothing, but there's 2 other items in there. I should probably keep this equipped. I'm gonna go through here. There's a hint stone in here. There, dancer. So that guy gives you a sword, but it breaks, so I don't want it, and I can't afford it. It costs 200 rupees. And I have the real sword, so I don't need to, Alright, so you might have noticed I just destroyed that boulder with my sword. If you do a crouch stab, the crouch stab is sort of glitched in this game, such that it doesn't have damage assigned to it, so it just uses the last damage value you dealt, including the type of damage. Lost Woods is path to Twin Rova. Let's check this. I know it's nothing. Oh, what? I wrote nothing. Ice Arrow, right? That's what. That's why I didn't write anything. Okay. So yeah. But yeah, since I swung my hammer last, it thinks my sword is a hammer when I do crouch stabs. Lost Woods is to Twin. Please go through. Peek up there. I have 40 seconds. A little more if I get more health. Alright, Zelda's Lullaby. Good song. Peek at that, it's a heart. I think I have everything I need to do Fire Temple. Like I said, I could need the bow, but I think it's worth trying. A nice Fire Temple music. Gonna go in here. Aggro these guys. Try to get them all in one place before I start killing them. skull and then peace out. So I'm gonna do a jump slash with Master Sword. So I could switch to the Bigoron sword, but this enemy for some reason shares a damage table with Ganon, the last boss, and Ganon takes more damage from Master Sword than Bigoron sword. So for some reason it's just actually faster to fight this guy with Master Sword. So not gonna switch to the other sword and make it slower. And we get the boss key. So I don't actually need to do much of this temple at all. I could do it while I'm here. So the thing is, Fire Temple is not a great temple. There's 9 keys. The gimmick with this temple is you free the Gorons and they give you keys. Which means that there's 9 keys and you need all of them to continue through the dungeon. And because of that, there's a lot of chests here, but they all have keys. I did an awful jump, okay. So there's like actually only 5 checks here, so it's not great, but like I said, I have basically everything I need to do it, so you typically want to take checks when you can, but this is not a good place. So we'll just see. Oh, I don't like that. I'm gonna save. So I have health if I need it. Alright, so normally you have to go up to the top of the dungeon to knock down a pillar to jump there. If you hug the wall a certain way, you can grab that ledge. I failed it a couple times, and since there's a heat timer, I have to reset, or else it's just gonna set me on fire. Hoping for a health drop. So the game logic thinks I have to go to the top to get here, but I can sort of skip it. So hopefully I can do this pretty quickly. Yeah. Basically, if you're touching the wall, the game gives you like a boost. Hard to explain really, but that's why I want to like run up against the wall but also hold forward. It's not too precise, but it's a little precise. You saw me messing it up a couple times. Alright, so I came into this boss fight. I have like 40 seconds to beat it. And if anyone's played this game casually, you know that that's not enough time. So what am I doing here? So I'm gonna drop bombs on this hole. You hear the hit sound effect. There's actually 2 of this boss. The one that flies around and the one that pops out of the hole. Hopefully that's right. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it's gonna mess up. So if I can damage it the right amount of times, I can keep it from getting up and flying around, and then I can beat it in the 40 seconds. You can do it with 5 hearts. If I caught a fairy in a bottle, I don't have any bottles, but that's another way I could extend my time. If this guy dropped a heart when he died, 6 hearts might have been enough time to knock her out of the sky. A little tough without arrows. But when she's flying around, if you hit her with arrows or hookshot or something, if she takes enough damage, she'll just go back down faster. I'm gonna save. Not a big deal because it's right here, so wasted like a minute, but if I end up doing the whole dungeon, it could probably be faster to knock down the pillar and just use it, but generally speaking, it's faster to do it this way. It is pretty precise, and you can't really make mistakes if you have this low health. Hopefully that worked. Yeah, you can't just bomb the hole, you have to bomb a certain spot in the hole. Okay, should be enough. And dead. I should mark off this dungeon now that I've beaten it. So we're less than an hour in, and we already have 3 medallions. That's halfway there. We know that Lost Woods has an item to get Twin Rova, that's Spirit Temple, and we have the Warp Song for Spirit Temple. But we need 3 items for Spirit Temple, at least. And we have bombs, so if we want to go back as Child, we can continue through the Child section. Might be worth doing sooner rather than later. But yeah, we're actually doing pretty good. This is looking like a fast seed. I mean, you could always get bottlenecked at some point, but yeah, I'm actually just gonna leave Fire Temple behind. Now, could be the death of me, but I'm gonna go do Forest a little bit, and great, and see if that changes my mind. Because if I get Bow, then I can for sure do all of Fire Temple. I don't want to like go halfway up Fire Temple and then turn around. Maybe this is a sign that I should just do Fire Temple. But also it's a sign that I could do Forest. More of Forest than I was previously planning on doing. I need 2 more Path to hints, so I'm gonna go over here and get this hint. There's a bombable wall. It has a hint stone. If you don't know where any of these gossip stones or like hidden holes are, you get used to them really quick playing Randomizer. If you've never played Ocarina of Time before, I wouldn't really recommend Randomizer just because you need to know where the stuff is, but you could certainly get there's trackers out there that tell you where all the stuff is and just let you click off which ones you got. That's super helpful if you're... Ooh, boomerang. By ooh, I mean ew. Gross. Boomerang opens a dungeon that I don't want to have to do. Which is a bad sign. Outside Ganon's castle is foolish, but it could also not be a sign. So yeah, we're just gonna ignore Boomerang, just do Forest Temple that we know we have to do. Please go over. Lost Woods that we know we have to do. And see what the turn brings. Stinger School. Oh, I already got that. Gold Scale. So that opens up a check in Lake Hylia. Oh, this guy's blocking your way. But he's a dork, so we can just skip him. So this isn't in logic. The game doesn't think we can do this, but it's one of those glitches that's allowed. I'm gonna buy this from this guy. Right, ripped me off. That's okay. Those guys take 8 times damage on the back, so I wait for them to turn around before attacking them. That way I only have to hit them once. Alright, now remember that scarecrow we got earlier? It's gonna help us here. Don't have to wait and fight these moblins. We just go around. So we still need strength. To beat Forest Temple. So we can't get through the block push room without strength 2. But I'm still going to enter and do as much as I can. I have the song... Please. I have the song to get back to the lake and use scale 2. There's still a chance that it's a child check that has whatever item. Because I think I got magic in Lost Woods 2. So it could just be that. I don't 100% remember. But we're gonna do as much. We're just gonna do as much as we can. And if we have to come back, we have to come back. Please. The hitboxes on these Skulltulas is wonky for some of them. Should be used to it, but for some reason I'm not. Okay. Alright, now I'm gonna switch to the big sword and equip this. These guys are just some of the tougher enemies because they deal a full heart of damage with their attacks. We have double defense, so we should be fine, but if they like jump attack you and they're like slow to kill if you don't sometimes they're slow to kill if they like turtle up, so they're another enemy that you can kill faster if you know how to manipulate them right, but sometimes the RNG says, no, we're going slow today. Let's just kill them twice as fast. Can reach that glitchlessly with the hookshot. Probably didn't need that skull, but typically when you go through the dungeon, you grab that. Alright, so I'm going to try to get a certain setup to hookshot these vines. This is something you can do glitchlessly. It's, I believe it is in logic for the NA weeklies. It's something you wouldn't know to do just casually playing through the game, but the weeklies sort of expect you to be a randomizer player. I think I'm not 100% sure. So Forest Temple is one of the temples that you have to get all the keys to complete. There are glitches you can do to skip keys and whatnot, but we're not allowed to do them, so... Okay, what am I doing? Alright, this is gonna take me away from Fire Temple, but... that's fine. Because I have bow now, and that... Remember when I said Gerudo is a lot better with bow? Now I have bow. And I want to check gold scale check, because if the Lost Woods is Way of the Hero, or is Path to Twinrova, that means strength could be in here. So the path to hints aren't always direct. So like, normally you'd think Path to Twinrova would be Silver Gauntlets, Mirror Shield, something that's required for Spirit Temple. But if Gold Scale is required to get an item to get to Mirror Shield, like, then it could also make sense. Along that lines, specifically because it's Gold Scale, I need Iron Boots to beat Water Temple. So if the Iron Boots check is locked behind Gold Scale, there's no other way to get these Gold Scale checks, which makes them way more important to just do. There's only 2 of them in the game, so I'm just gonna rush and do them. And it sort of just like brings me along the way to get Gerudo Fortress. But I'm just trying to get back to Forest Temple. Where are you? So the hidden hole here, and strength is, yep. So I wonder what is strength locked. I guess it's Forest Temple. But I missed it? What? Because I have bombs. Strength and bombs usually kind of do the same thing. But Forest Temple is a specific example where they don't. So, yeah. Now that I got strength, I kind of just want to go back to Forest Temple, because that's the only thing I can think of that's really strength locked but not bomb locked. So I'm just going to make my way back there, grabbing stuff along the way that makes sense, but I kind of just grabbed most of the stuff. So this is a little wasteful, but Zongo's Cavern is foolish. Okay, well, already did that. So I could kill that guy for the big Poe, but I don't have a bottle to put him in, so would be a waste. So this is just how Randomizer is sometimes, where I just like go halfway through a dungeon, get an item, and then I just have to turn around till I get another item. Not much I can do about it. Sometimes the seed is like that. Usually you try to route other stuff in, but since this one sort of uniquely is locked behind this, kind of makes me think this might be a bottleneck, which means going to other places might give me items for sure, but I don't think I can beat. Please. It's actually easier if you have bow or hookshot in your hand. I want to talk to him. Okay. But yeah. Since one of the dungeons that I want to go through is, I believe, locked by this item, I just kind of want to focus on it. And it's a required dungeon, and I can fully do it now, so don't want to hold it off. The reason to hold it off is if I get the warp song for the forest later, I don't have to travel back out here. But I'm not really heading to places with songs, so it's unlikely that I'm going to get the song just like along the way. Like beating Forest Temple gives me a song, because it's the Forest Medallion. Forest Temple isn't always Forest Medallion in Randomizer. But when you get Forest Medallion, you get to go back to the Temple of Time and get a free song. So, definitely a good temple to beat. This is called following the logic, by the way. So while it is a randomizer, things are put in random locations. The game checks if you can continue, like if you're locked out. And if you are, it re-rolls the seed till you're not locked out. So it uses logic to make sure you're not ever stuck. So by sort of using that logic, we can follow where the seed is trying to tell us where to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's called following the logic. You don't always do it like this. Usually you just kind of go where there's good checks and then follow the logic when it makes sense. But I believe in this seed, the logic is telling me that there's a bottleneck at this spot, so I want to follow it really closely. Like with certain things, like I jumped over Mido, we're out of logic by jumping over Mido, so the game might not think I can be here yet at all, and I might be sort of doing it out of order that way. So there is probably that warp song around, or another song that will let me get into here. Like there's probably something else, because I can't be here right now. But if you're doing progression, you can kind of like skip the logic and just kind of get back to it when you get back to it. I guess an example would be, I went I got the scale in Lost Woods and came here. So if the game thinks I needed scale to get strength, but I got strength somewhere else, let's say out of logic, I could have just beat this whole place instead of having to come to the Lost Woods, go to the lake to grab the strength, and come here. I could have just done it all in one trip. So even though I'm out of logic and doing stuff the game doesn't think I can do yet, it still makes sense to do it, because even though I'm out of logic, I know how out of logic I am, and it's like later logic. I know this is going to come up. I know this will eventually be in logic, so even though I'm kind of skipping stuff, eventually this whole sequence of events will be asked of me. And sometimes if you get the right item out of logic, you can skip a whole bunch of the intended seed and save a ton of time. Nice. The double. Except he's just going to be right here guarding the door. Alright. So I mentioned you have to do this whole dungeon. You have to... Even if you use glitches to get to the end, there's still these ghosts that you have to kill, and the first room with the Skulltulas, if I don't kill those Skulltulas, the Skulltulas in the next room won't spawn. There's just like a bunch of weird checks that would never come up in a casual playthrough, because you just kind of have to beat the dungeon normally there. But for whatever reason, it's like hard-coded in the game that you have to do every room in this dungeon in certain orders to beat it. Din's Fire. So that's Shadow, which I'm not... It's like, it's a stone dungeon, which means it's not a medallion. I don't need it to get to Ganon. Because I think I got magic, and this is strength locked, because I needed strength to even get this far in the dungeon, which means it was scale locked. I think I'm going to go to Shadow, because I think the seed's telling me I have to go to Shadow, because I need magic and that item to get into Shadow, so... You can see I just took a bunch of hits from those Staffel, so I'm almost dead. So yeah, I'm gonna follow this logic, unless I find something else that tells me to skip Shadow, but... like, I'm kind of tempted to go to the pedestal and, see what the song is, at least. Because I do want to skip Shadow if I can. Shadow has a lot of checks, but it is just like Forest Temple, where you have to do the whole dungeon in one, all the way through. It is worth doing, an hour and a half in if you can do it. I can't actually get far into it. I can do the first 2 checks. But it has a ton of checks if you can do them. So I do want to dip. So when you go to a dungeon and you can't beat it, but you can get a couple checks, it's called dipping the dungeon. I do want to dip Shadow at least for the first 2 checks, which are quick. Oh, and that will actually let me check. So Graveyard has a song that I didn't get, and that song is probably Minuet, if I had to guess. Okay. Minuet or Saria's song. If that's the case, then this is all in logic, and that's good, because we want this to be in logic, because we're following this logic. If it's not, that's a little concerning, but it does open up whatever that song is. Do I want to do that as child or adult? So if I go child, I can do spirit as well, but then I might just go right back adult. I think it's worth going child. So there's an extra check you can get. Oh no, I have Din's Fire. I can get that check as adult. Yeah, let's actually do it as adult. What am I doing? Yeah, gonna get that check as adult, and I might go child after that. The thing is, if I need hover boots to do Shadow Temple, there's a chance that they are in fire. Because like I said, I needed them to get to the fire boss, or I'd have to beat the whole fire temple. So the game thinks I've gone through all of Fire Temple, or at least up to the point where I got the hover boots. Which may or may not be in there, but there's sort of evidence in the seed that it's likely that I'm supposed to have hover boots by now. Where they are, I don't know. They could still be in this dungeon, I suppose. And they could be anywhere, really. There's a lot of the seed that's open to me that I haven't done yet. So I have actually been just going right to dungeons and skipping some overworld. Which is good, that's what you want to do. You want to be in dungeons as much as you can, because you have to do... You know you have to do dungeons. Alright. I'm gonna save. I'm kind of low on health. That's not really the issue, though. I have crashed in Phantom Ganon's room before. Phantom Ganon has like a lightning effect, and sometimes the Wii crashes, and I don't want to lose all my progress. Because this is a long dungeon, where the boss is right at the beginning. So I can just like quickly get back here if it crashes or I die. Not really expecting either, but it happens. There's two Phantom Ganons, one is fake, and one is real. The real one is brighter and makes noise. This game actually has stereo audio, so you can hear where, like, it's louder when you're looking at the real one. Really, I missed. Alright, Bigeron Sword, big help against that boss. Because in the later phases you actually have to play tennis with him. He will hit it back. trying to avoid that if I can. Worst medallion. Cool, cool, cool. Yep, just gonna warp away from here to the graveyard, and we're gonna do those 2 checks. And we're probably just gonna warp out and get that other song. I prefer to not do all a shadow, but you gotta do what you gotta do. We have 4 medallions in an hour and a half less, so like we're on really good pace. We got iron boots. I can go to Water Temple. Can't beat it till I get long shot, but small chest. Yep. What a soothing Shadow Temple. Even though the walls are made of skulls, I'm really at ease with this music. Alright, so he's gonna try to dig. If I can hit him right time, I missed it. I can keep him from digging, whatever. And if you jump into those hands, they can't grab you while you're in the air, so they just like touch you. The guy gets triggered to come up, and then you just aren't stuck. That's a key, which will let me go deeper into the dungeon, but I need the item, so can't do that right now. So I'm just gonna dip in here. Actually, I have song. Probably do it in either order. I forgot to mark that down. Alright, so I expect this to be either... Thank you for the Gumbaru bean. Gambare bean. I don't know if it's Ray or Roo, but thank you either way. What was I saying? Yeah. If this is either Minuet or Saria's song, it opens up... Keep up the good work. Thank you, Coca-Cola. Or Coca-Cola? There's not an in the middle. Yeah, if this is either of those 2 songs I mentioned, then everything I just did out of Logic is now in Logic, which makes a lot more sense. Okay, this is Saria's song. The worst of the 2, but it does give us some checks as child. And that just makes everything we just did out of Logic suddenly in Logic. So, we're back in Logic. And since I'm following the Logic, that's really good, because I don't want to be on this wild goose chase. Unfortunately, that means I'm probably going to have to do Shadow Temple, which is a bummer, because it's not a required temple, but if there's an item there, then it's required. Almost forgot, I have bow now, so I can do this mini game. But yeah, I'm just heading back to Child. So the adult minigame is the same as the child minigame, except the order of these is random. Fit for a randomizer, I know, but that's how it is in the vanilla game. It's just the green one? No. Oh, mirror shield. Okay. So, yeah. Strength 2 is all we need to do Spirit Temple now. And, then we have one dungeon left, Water Temple. I don't have 20 yet. I've got, like, I don't actually know, but it's more than 10. But not a ton more than 10. So yeah, I'm gonna go child, do child spirit. Because there's a bunch of checks there, and it will let us know more about what's required in spirit. And like, you just want to do your dungeons, because well, I could do everything in spirit as adult if I ever get in there. If strength 2 is in spirit, I'm never gonna find it by avoiding spirit. It's still day. I think I'm gonna go in here for a second. That's gonna turn at night. So now when I go child, it'll be night for night market. I get to do Bombchu Bowling, Richard, and then I can warp to CAC since I have the song. And that will... Oh, maybe I could have done Zelda. The fairy fountain. The Dinspire fairy fountain. Now that's kind of messed up. Okay, get this minuet. But this is fine. Because I want it to be early night to do Dampe digging. Because that check is only there at early night. So it's like hard to route in, but I have Sun Song, so I can kind of just do it. I guess I should... So I know it's... Deku, Shadow, and Jabu are the non-required dungeons, or the stone dungeons, I should call them. Because Song of Storms is on the Ocarina check, which means if we need Song of Storms, like it's in bottom of the well, the item we need, we're gonna have to do those other dungeons, but we're gonna hope that we don't have to do them. I need money for Bombchu Bowling. Where am I gonna get money? Not from her. Money up here. Please go around. How much do I need? No, there's a 20 in here. If it's 30, I'm just gonna leave and get more money. If it's 20, I'll just do it. Because I can do them both. No. So they're guaranteed to be the first two. So it's random in the vanilla game what items are in there. Yeah, this isn't reloaded. Might have to play the warp song to reload it. But oh, I don't have the warp song for here. It's so slow to get the rupees in this room, but I only need a few. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. I only need 60. A little slow farming rupees like that, but I have 69 rupees, and I'm gonna have to get rid of a bunch of them. Nice. Oh, I need 10 for Dampe. Oh. So if I get rid of all 10 of my bomb shoes, the minigame ends. So I just kind of want to blow them up. And here's our hover boots. That puts Shadow back in the picture, but I think the game thinks we already have those, so definitely getting them. You blow yourself up with the bomb shoe, it sort of sets your angle to get this pretty easily, which is why I let it blow up in my hands. Alright, do I just go adult again? I kind of want to. But I think I should do Child Spirit, just because, like, it's probably faster to do it as Child, and, I know what I can do. I can pull the grave and get, a 5. Things I learned from watching Hundo. Okay, it's just a heart piece. Yeah, it might be slower to do this, but it's not that much slower. And like I say, I want to do as much of dungeons as I can. Oh, I guess Shadow is a dungeon, but required dungeons. I know the Colossus left hand is nothing, but I don't know anything about the Colossus right hand. So I guess I should full clear the child side. Oh. So I've been in here before, but I didn't have bombs to blow up the wall. So I couldn't keep going, but... Oh, Ice Cavern music again. But now we have bombs, so... Let us do the dungeon. I have double magic, so I'm just gonna... I should have put bombs, I'm just gonna use it. You can use the Deku Stick to do everything here that you would need Din's Fire for as Child. But when you have Din's Fire, you can just use that too. Now, at the marathon that I'm going to run this game at, I would probably just use the stick just to show off the strat. But right now, I'm going to probably just try to go fast. Please. Movement is hard. So if you stand in the right place, Din's Fire can get both of these torches. Hopefully that was... I think I heard this sound twice. Alright, small chest. I am gonna save scum this key. So if you save and go through a key door and don't like what's on the other side and you reset, you get the key back. It's called save scumming. And we're going to do that. Because if Spirit ends up being the last dungeon we have to do, like if this isn't the item and we have to do Adult Spirit, but it's after Water, then we're in what's called Go mode. I'm going to do a setup to break my stick but still hold it so I don't have to waste a bunch of sticks. I'd never be able to kill this guy with that otherwise. But yeah, if Spirit's the last dungeon, then we don't need all the items, we just need to get to the end, which means I can, if I have this extra key, okay, it's a small chest, and that's green rupee. That means I can just, like, maybe skip doing a bunch of checks in Spirit. I can just run to the end, get the boss key, go to the end. Okay. So I guess I want to now just go back adult. Oh, my throat is so dry. Go back adult and do Shadow Temple because I have hover boots now. Now Fire Temple looking juicier as well, but kind of hard to get there, and it's like more immediately following the logic to do Shadow. Like sometimes the logic doesn't matter and it's just in some random sphere 0 check, but other times it's, you know, this item goes to this item, goes to this item, and you just follow the items and it just tells you where everything is. And like I said before, Shadow is not bad to do. I turn it day before I talk to the owl. The owl's going to bring you back to the castle. I could have got skulls here at night, but I'd rather follow Shadow Temple than skulls. I keep like going off in tangents. Sorry if it's hard to follow, but there's just so much stuff in this game. Oh yeah, I'd rather just follow the logic because it's been working so far. And it's exciting when the logic is really instructive. You very rarely get seeds like that. Let's see. Yeah, both Spirit and Water. Like Water Temple Medallion gives us a song. I guess it would be Bolero or Prelude, because I know where Song of Storms is. So they're not, yeah, it's not a good song, it's not really worth following. But if I beat Spirit Temple, I get the Light Arrow cutscene check. Which last week's NA seed was required. It was Baron Shadow Temple, but Shadow Temple gave you Strength 2 to beat Spirit. Maybe it's the same thing this week? Well, not Shadow Temple specific. I guess it couldn't be that specifically, but it could be like Iron Boots or Long Shot. So it's one of these three back. You have to turn that to one of the three back skulls, and it's random. There's an item that lets you see it, but I don't have that item, so I just had to guess, and I guessed right. You can move it, but it dunks you into the void. That's why I put on the hover boots, so I could not fall in the pit. Here we are again with this super soothing Shadow Temple. Peek at that. It is a small non-key chest, so we're gonna leave it. Alright, so I equipped the nuts for this room. There's a bunch of skulls in this room. If I throw the nut, hopefully that hit all 3 of them, and I can just go by. Nice. Alright, I hit the scythe. So I got a weird cycle there. It must have been slow or something. But I didn't... Oh my goodness, I'm just hitting every scythe now. But yeah, that's faster than shooting those skulls, because they block your path. And you can actually soft lock if one of them hits you into the corner. Done that a couple times. It's not fun. Just gonna the bow. Like, I can peek behind that grate at one of the checks, but there's 2 checks there, and one of them's invisible. I keep missing. Aiming's hard. Nice. Kind of want that money. Okay. Well, still want more money. So hopefully it's still here. Nice. Just in case I need to play archery, like Gerudo archery, I need a bunch of money for that. Or like I need to buy bombs or something. I don't know. I noticed my money was low, so I got a little concerned. I'm about to do this silver rupees, so I'm gonna get money, but... Ugh. These are each worth 5. Small chest. Oh my goodness. Hitboxes. That's the only skull in the game that doesn't rotate, by the way. Why? I don't know. Okay, big chest. What we like to see. Alright, strength 2. So question now is, do I keep doing this dungeon? Because we're like... in the throes of it. But also, I can just full clear spirit now, so... Like the... Long shot... could be in the next room, but... it could also not. So I want to do this thing that's definitely required, and kind of at a weird spot now where I've left fire and shadow kind of like half done, and they're kind of hard to go back to, but it's fine. Just put, mental checklist of places to go back to. Problem is I do still need 2 items. And I guess light arrows. I don't have light arrows, but Ganon will tell me where those are. If he tells me bottom of the well, I'll be so sad. Oh, please. You can hookshot that. Down there. Rudo's letter. That's another one of those dungeons that I don't have to do, but now might have to do. like I said, it's following this logic chain of I needed strength from Shadow to get in here. But it could also just be noise. Like at the... Like even if I don't need that, that could have been there just to be like a random item that's there. Nice bonk. Alright, key. Probably grab this skull on the way out. It's like not a slow skull, so great. Anything else on the tracker I missed? I don't have gold scale marked down, and that was kind of actually important. I don't think I can get 3 more skulls in here. There's 2 more outside in Desert Colossus. I might reverse Wasteland. I mean, it depends what I get. But Gerudo Training Ground is a nice, juicy place for checks. I do need hints. I still have 2 Path to hints that I haven't found. And those are, like, really good. Oh, big guy was there. The big guy's, like, right next to me. Alright, so this is all the keys I need. There's an invisible enemy in that room. He's nasty. I just want long shot and hover boots. Is that too much to ask for? Maybe. The thing I don't want to see is Kokiri's sword, because that opens up the 3rd stone dungeon. I don't want to do stone dungeons. Though it'll be pretty good evidence that that's required. Oh. You can make that if you get a full running start. Now my money's full. Alright, let's just full clear this dungeon. Because... Did I get the fairy fountain? I don't remember if I got the fairy fountain when I was a child. Yes, I definitely remember blowing up the wall. I remember. Pepperidge Farms remembers. You can usually tell if these chests are big or not, even though they're invisible, by like how big they are, but it's just like faster to open them. Like they just open them. You're right next to it. Open it. Yeah. Hopefully I can do this without long shot. Right, now it's based on this guy. If he sees me and knocks me off. Nice. Juked him. Alright. 3 more checks, and then we'll have to figure it out. That's small, so whatever it is, I don't need it. Unfortunately, in Ocarina Rando, good things do not come in small packages. At least not in these settings. Nice. What? There's a switch up here. If you backflip, you hit it. Usually faster. You do it right. Okay. Now, could still also just be bottom of the well has light arrows. And that means I have to do all the stone dungeons. I mean, Jabu's kind of short. Deku's short. But I still need to find a way into Deku. Be kind of annoying. But I might find it along the way. I'm hoping it's just like in Water Temple or Ganon's Castle. Oh, why did she go behind me? So you want these two sisters' movements random, and you want them to stay somewhere where you can see them both. And you can sort of move right to manipulate that to be easier, but sometimes they just kind of move in weird spots and it's tough. And then the wrong one fires and you're like, oh no. But once one starts charging, you can shoot the other with the hook shot and it'll spin around like it's dodging your hook shot and it keeps them from moving. So just when they're in a good spot, you can keep them in a good spot. If they're in a bad spot, keeping them in a bad spot doesn't help. Was that 3 or 4? Apparently it was 4. We're gonna stand back and throw our hook shot, and that will cause the spin thing, and that will make them move to the next attack faster. Oh. And we can one cycle because we have the Biggoron sword. Yay, Biggoron sword. So if you don't one cycle that, so she shot 3 ice in a row. You have to reflect the 3 of the same color. If you start dealing damage to her, it gets more random. So you might get 1 ice and then 5 fire in a row, and you can't do anything. It's just RNG whether you get 3 in a row that are good. So you just grab the first one they give you and hope for more of that. Okay, so that's Spirit. Unfortunately, there's no good way to get back Temple of Time for me. So I'm just going to reverse Wasteland. So normally you're supposed to go from Gerudo Training Ground through the Wasteland using Lens of Truth to see a ghost. And it will show you where to go. There's a bunch of void planes here. But if you know the way, you can just kind of go without the ghost. And reverse Wasteland is when you come from back. Oh, really? Come from back here. Must have cut the corner a little too close. It is very precise, but also not very precise. Like, if you mess up, you immediately void. There's nothing you can do. But it's actually, you got some space to move around under the second line and then cut over. Alright, this is... Fuck! This is not a difficult trick. Fucking shit. Do I just go farther? I think there's like a dead zone in the middle. You can go either way around it. I'm just like... I'll just go far. I know going farther works. Fuck, where am I? I got lost. It doesn't help that there's this sandstorm that's like obscuring your vision. Okay. This is not a thing that is in logic, by the way. But most... Fucking really? But most people who do Randomizer can do this. I can usually do it. I'm not doing it well right now, but... Invisible walls, yo. Like... No, it's not that bad. I just need to, like, keep going to this white stripe and follow it. It's not over. We still have to get to the rest, but the rest has flag poles that show you the way. Ooh, piece of candy. This is boots. Maybe I just leave. Gold gauntlets. So I got... Hold on. So anyone who did Reverse Wasteland super early, I guess they would need Dins, so... Dins could have been logic for that, and Shadow Temple was an elaborate ruse. I guess Dins opens up both that and Shadow Temple. Where is this? I just want to be safe about this, because I'll void out if I do this wrong. Okay, where's the... Okay. I got lost. But we're back on track. So yeah. Shadow might not be logic, because Dins also opens up that, so it could have been either of them. But I guess Dins was required for Strength 2 no matter what. So that's definitely worth knowing. Alright, so I'll sink in this quicksand, but I have hover boots, but also you can just backwalk. Now if I go through here, I wind up in Gerudo. We'll get caught. I should mark Strength 3. That'll put me in here, which is good because I can peek that, see that it's nothing. Now, normally you're supposed to defeat 4 guards to get the Gerudo card, and then the Gerudos trust you. But in Randomizer, they shortened it to 1. So I'm gonna get in the corner, hook shot, and the guard will jump to avoid the hook shot, and it'll land on that torch. And then it's stuck. And I can just quickly stab it to death. If you stab it directly, it'll block, but if you stab the wall, it won't block, and you'll still hit it. I'm gonna calm my horse. Hopefully I can find it, because it kind of gets lost in, okay. In this area. So I know that Gerudo Valley is empty, but Gerudo Fortress is not Gerudo Valley. So this still could have items. So this archery game, if I can get 1500, I get 2 prizes. If I get 1000 points, I'm not getting many points. If I get 1000 points, I get one of the prizes, so I just want to get both in one go if I can. Not a good shot. Okay, 1500. It's bugged. I have to pause for it to finish or something. It's so weird. I don't know what they did to it, but it's been bugged for a while for me. Alright. So nothing there. So I would need to spend money to replay the game, like money and time. So I definitely want to do it in one go if I can. So now this is Gerudo Training, the optional dungeon. If you've never been here before, this is where you get ice arrows in the main game, which don't do anything. So, you never had to do this casually, but sometimes it has required items in Randomizer. It also has like 20 checks that aren't keys or something. It's a lot of checks. So it's a little out of the way, and there's a big prize at the end. So the one seed where I don't get the hint for the last check. Okay. Keys up here, but probably just getting it anyway. So you can kind of peek through there to see all the chests, but I'm gonna go to the end anyway, so I'm not gonna spend a bunch of time looking. I'm just gonna go around, collect the things. Where are you? This could be an awful play, in that there's a chance that it's an all dungeon seed, which means I have to do Jabu and Shadow anyway, and I can do both of those dungeons right now. I have all the items, so if that's the case, then like maybe I have to do this, but I might not. This could be all bait, you know, just unnecessary items that are just a waste of time. But this is so check dense that I want to do it. And like I was in the area anyway. almost dead. This could be a problem. Yeah. Because I want to jump in the lava. I have the Scarecrow song, so I can skip it, but... we'll see... Where is it? We'll see what the like room gives me. You know, I'm gonna open these even if they're small, just because I need a heart piece for full health. Okay. Good play, good play. I'm gonna have to take damage in this room and the next, so I would die. So normally you're supposed to be on that platform spinning around and shooting these eyes, but you can just like jump down here. Void in the lava, and that brings me back up here. You're supposed to play Scarecrow's song while you're up here. And then Scarecrow, and then hookshot back up, or just go around again. But ain't nobody got time for that. If I didn't get the health, I would do that, but you can definitely easily die in this room. And if I needed that chest, the quickest way to do it is to catch on fire to clip in, which would damage me and potentially kill me. Alright, so I'm not going to get these rupees just because, pull out the ocarina. The rupees open a room, but I need iron boots to get the item in that room, so that's just not a thing I can do. So I'm looking for the iron boots, so can't be in that room. I guess long shot could be in that room, but not gonna worry about it till I get the iron boots. Another quick save, just because this room I have crashed in before, and it's been a while since I saved, so I don't want to lose dungeon progression. If I'd let go, I would have killed them both. Alright, not much in here, but we have enough keys to get to the end. Not exactly enough, but we're gonna get keys along the way because there's nowhere else for them to be except, I guess. Yeah, there's one in the toilet, which is the check I can't do. The other one's right here. This technically 2 extra keys, but sometimes you have to use them, so they're not always extra, but in this seed they're extra. Long shot, okay. So this was all required, but unfortunately that doesn't mean much. Actually, I lied. That means a lot. So you only need iron boots for one check in Water Temple. Assuming I can hit the switch. Like, I know you can hit it, I don't know if I might need to find the place. See the laser. Because I have gold scale, which means I can dive in here. So I can maybe sub 3 this seed. There's still a chance that iron boots are required. And I still need to find light arrows, which could be anywhere. So you can long shot that torch. And just get in here. But this is also a dungeon where once I find the boss key, I'm done. I can just go to the end. That's a small key. So hopefully it's just in this first check, and then I'm done. Don't even have to lower the water. Oh, those enemies are the worst enemies in the game. They're when you stun them, they're like vulnerable for a random amount of time, so they can just immediately become spiky again, basically forever. And you could just never kill them if they decide to do that. It's pretty bad. I will defend a lot of the design decisions in this game, but I cannot defend that one because it is objectively awful. Like, they could have made the cooldown on the stun like a couple more frames or something and they'd be fine. But you could literally mash the button as fast as possible and still be unable to kill them. Big chest, key chest. I don't know if this is in logic. So there's a chance I could maybe find iron boots in here if it was, but I don't think it is. I'm gonna save. And that's to save scum these 2 keys. Most places in Water Temple you need 2 keys to get to. So if I just save scum, I can use these 2 keys for the whole dungeon. I'm gonna let this boulder go by. Because I can jump and use the momentum to get under that. That's not intended, but it is in logic. Stand up and reset. Because if that's not the big boss key, or I guess if it's a big chest, it could be light arrows or something, but if it's a small key, I'm just resetting, because I get 2 keys by resetting. Water Temple key logic is a little weird, in that you can kind of just go everywhere and waste all your keys, so it kind of has to give them to you up front. But basically the rule of thumb is just don't waste keys, and I'm trying to peek at this. So you're supposed to pull that block and then like go around, but if you just know that it's not a good check, you can skip all that. Boop-a-doo. Alright, this is the compass check in vanilla. I think that was the big one. I didn't really get a good look. Okay, small one. Okay, so nothing down here. And I can't get the thing in the middle, so I'm just gonna save warp back up top. And do the Dark Link section. I'm just gonna full clear it, regardless of where I find the key. Yeah, I'm not used to save warping there, because I usually would go do the Iron Boots check. So if you have hover boots, you can just sneak up here. You can do a precise jump to get up here too. Saves you from raising the water and going in some doors. So just bring the water to the highest level. Still don't think I have 20 skulls, so I'm gonna grab Water Temple skulls. Great. Oh my goodness. Finally. This isn't particularly hard, I'm just bad at aiming. But in my defense, I'm on VC. On Virtual Console, they changed the dead zone, and it's like not a controller thing, it's like a hardware thing, such that it's way more dead, so you can't do like as easily small turns. It's really annoying. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but whoa. For some reason they did it, and it's just way harder to aim on VC. That's not like a difficult thing to aim, but just wanted to mention that. You can fix it with an ESS adapter, but that's the thing where like one person in the world makes it, maybe a couple people at this point. Okay, light arrows. So this is actually maybe the best case scenario is finding light arrows here, unless I need iron boots. Oh, I can get this skull with long shot, but if I just, there's 2 more checks to find boss key, and I guess I don't need this skull anymore, unless I need iron boots, and iron boots is on 20. But if that's the case, then I can get a skull somewhere else, in Kakariko, for instance. All right, one more check. Is this gonna work? It's not gonna work. Fuck. Don't have bomb chews. Fuck. How do I do this then? I know how to do it with bomb chews, but I don't know if I can do it without them. other than going back up there. I'm just gonna go back up. Been a while since I've done that without iron boots, so I guess I should. I'm glad I figured this out now, like, because I'm not actually in the race, but something to be aware of for sure. I mean, I could leave that check behind, but there's a 50-50 chance it's just the boss key and I'm done. And if it's not, then iron boots are required, but no way to know except to do it. Oh, normally you're supposed to like shoot that switch in the middle and like raise and lower these to hook shot, but if you have hover boots, you just skip this room. It's really nice. It's one of the most time-consuming puzzles doing it the normal way, so like you're not supposed to have hover boots yet because they're not in this dungeon. They're not till the next dungeon, but randomizer, you do things out of order. Oh, you're also meant to have iron boots to traverse this snake room. Snake-shaped room, I don't know. But if you just hug the walls, you can skip it. Wish I had the warp magic so I could fail this and just quickly get back up here. Alright, so now I'm gonna shoot this and jump to the left so I have time to... Oh my goodness. If I could aim. Thank you. Camera, please. I messed it up again. Okay, I guess I just go straight, like I go to the right and wrap around. The camera was not what I wanted it to be. This is going to take a little getting used to, and it's so slow to set up. But you can dive under there. It's just you need to be at like the right spot. And usually when you do it in that room, you throw a chew, and then you can just get to the right spot and dive. But it's the first time I'm doing it from up there without iron boots, I guess. And scary things after all this, it could just be a small key or something. Now, there is logic in Water Temple that I could maybe read into, but I don't really know how to read into Water Temple logic, because the boss could be a key. So basically everything is on the table in Water Temple at all times, as far as I'm concerned. I should probably learn it, but I'd rather learn Spirit Temple logic, which is way more complicated, but can be helpful. Can be more helpful. Sometimes the Spirit Temple, you get like Din's Fire required, and you're like, oh, Shadow Temple. But if the key in Spirit Temple is locked by Din's Fire, which it sometimes is and sometimes isn't, based on weirdo logic that is based on you wasting keys. Then you could like figure out that Shadow Temple wasn't it. Fuck. Wish I could wrap the screen around to see. So like did it right, but not fast enough. Do I have to side hop in? Ow. I could get the bomb shoes. That's so slow though. But it would let me do this. Now it's kind of weird, but I'm thinking I just want to go child. And just buy bomb shoes. And come back and do this. Because I can for sure do it. I think I'll try this once more. But maybe I should just be looking for iron boots. Or just more hint stones. Because if I find a hint for Morpha, it's probably iron boots. So unfortunately, like, I need to shoot the arrow and just jump. But I've like shot the arrow and missed a bunch of times, so I could do that, jump off and not hit the thing. I'm like, oh, guess I'm looping around again. Not where I want to be. I wonder if this is something I could look up on YouTube. Dragon head, no. Iron, no. Chew. No. Fair enough. That's a weirdly specific thing. I'm sure there's a video on it somewhere. Maybe if I go over to this corner. Ah, dude, so close. Yeah, I'm just gonna go child. Get the choose. Then when I do it next time, if I mess it up, I can just I should have just got up on land because I wanna. I want to peek at this. Because this could be iron boots too. not up here, but the shooting the sun is the fire arrows check. So if this is iron boots, then whatever, I just go in the dungeon, do it normally. But if it's not, I just have to go. This is such a slow check. And like it could still be iron boots that I need, in which case I have to go do something else anyway. But if I found iron boots before coming back, I would get them both. It's like one of the weird spots where chews are better than bombs. You would think chews would be better than bombs usually, but usually bombs are way more useful. If I was allowed to do hovers, that might be different, but generally speaking, bombs are way better. But now I actually need chews. I know 40 skulls is chews, and the final frog check is chews, but the fucking didn't jump. What a fucking piece of shit horse. Sometimes opponent just doesn't want to jump. I have a bottle, but it's full. And I can't empty it because it's the letter. So I'm not going to get this check. Slapping Epona. Like Epona whinnying is the cow sound. Did I get this check already? Yes. What is it? Daytime? Oh. 10. Okay, well, that's the light arrows check. Gonna save me a trip. I mean, I had to go all the way there to get it, so maybe I should have just went child, got 10 more, but I can't imagine I'm gonna waste 10 on this. I could see myself not doing it the first try. Once more into the breach. If I mess up, then I'll just use the chews, because I know how to do it with chews. Oh, there's still a chance that it's not this, and I needed iron boots the whole time. Why did that? I want them both to get excited, because then they're out of the way, so I can hookshot the like. Left, right, left. Please climb. Thank you. This is the unfortunate thing about skips is that it's usually stuff you're not meant to do, so you can't be too upset when it doesn't. Well, I missed the shot, but that's fine. In fact, it might have been faster. So drop that. Hopefully that went in the right place. Dive. I'm just going down. Oh, I fucking barely missed. Jump over here. That way I've got more time. And it's the key, yay! Fucking, it was worth it. Alright, so we are in go mode. I just need to get this medallion, and then we're ready to win. We can maybe still sub 3. Sub 3 would be hot. Even after wasting like 10 minutes on this one check. Grab him before the her? I think Morph is a her. Grab whatever this is before the tentacle comes up and get the quick kill. But it's fine either way. Both are pretty fast. Just lure it to the corner. Jump slash stab. And that's the boss. Kind of interested to see where would have wound up on the race. They actually would have come in like 15th or 16th, depending on how quickly I finish. If I like got in the race and did everything the same, just like unfortunately I have to go back to the castle, and there's no way to do that except Epona again. Oh, this might be different because the water's up. Don't hit the ledge. That slight dip there sometimes makes Epona lose her mind. Like she'll like stop running if she thinks you're jumping off a cliff. can really go around while we wait. Yeah, opponent can't jump over those fences if you haven't used a carrot in a while. I kind of just wasted my carrots. But it's fine. Just on our way to the last boss. So a lot of people finished the seed really quickly. Someone finished it in 2 hours, 3 minutes. And that's a fast rando. Which makes sense. A lot of the stuff was on the way. There were multiple strength 2s you could get once you got Din's Fire. Like, I didn't really do any extra places. So anyone else who like didn't do the extra places and played better and faster, I'm sure there was like a different order that could have made it faster for sure. Festive inside Ganon's tower. Gonna equip. Oh, I don't have a good bottle. If you have an empty bottle, you can use it to deflect Ganon's attacks. This is... I save. The whole point of that was to save, so I could not worry about crashing in this room. Because the quickest way to kill these two is to just charge up this with Bigoron Sword. Fortunately, that makes particles and these guys crash. Alright, I wonder if there's a way to, like, backstab these guys? Meaning, like, when you pull the sword back, you hit them. That's how the, like, torch thing works with the, Gerudo guard. I think there's a way to, like, hit them from looking the wrong way or something. Because the reason why you don't want to stab there is if you hit the stairs, it pushes you back. And they're so close to the stairs that you kind of have to. Guess I go for the quick spin. Hyrule Field. Nice. You can actually deflect it back barely if you use a sword. He got up. Hopefully he does the jerk attack. Well, it's just RNG. Okay, got good RNG. It's more of this cutscene that I'm used to seeing. I wonder why. Okay, so I'm going to switch to Master Sword. So like I mentioned on that enemy in Fire Temple, Ganon has a special damage table, and Master Sword deals double damage. So I'm going to store that damage and crouch stab with the hammer, and it will deal Master Sword damage. So it'll deal 4 damage instead of 1, which everything else does. And that'll let us very quickly kill Ganon. Then I get my Master Sword back, and then I can just use it as a Master Sword. Okay. Grab my Master Sword. Oh. He's so much faster on the second phase. Oh. Okay. Please go through his legs. It's okay. I don't have to finish this anytime today. Alright, so we're gonna get sub 3. It's like 257 something. 257.04 or something. It took me a bit to grab the mouse. So yeah, we would have finished 19th place starting almost an hour late if we entered this race, and just like if I left my computer on and entered the race while I was out or something. 257, it would have come in 16th place if we did all this and started at the right time. So we only lost 3 places by starting like an hour late. Which is something. Oh. But yeah, cool seed. About to do a cool trick. Skip iron boots. I feel there has to be a way to get that dragon head chest without shoes. But it's probably very precise movement. I kind of want to ask the Discord about that and try to see if I can do it. Because, like, right there, it was like a huge time save to just do that, right? Like, if I didn't find shoes, if I somehow couldn't go child and get shoes. Like, it was probably 5 minutes wasted to go child, get shoes, come back. So, and like, it's still only 50-50. So, like, it only makes sense to really do that if you're trying to show off the glitch. Or, it's not really a glitch, it's all intended mechanics. But if you're trying to show off the skip, or you just get it first try. So I kind of want to learn that now that it's come up, and I'm aware of how useful it could be. Yeah, that's going to be it for me. Now, if I got a seed exactly like this in the marathon, I'm running Randomizer and Fan Game Marathon. It's July 16th? It'll be a Saturday night. So it'll be on the same time slot as the NA Weekly, kinda, but I'll just be doing it in the event. I'm not gonna run that seed. Like, I'm not gonna run in the event and Fan Game Marathon, because I have to stream like special to them so they can capture it, stuff like that. But and I have to, if I did it with the weekly, I'd have to like start on their time, which is maybe not when Fan Game Marathon starts exactly, so it's not. Also, I want to, but yeah, if I got this exact seed, I'd be very happy. Just being able to show off some of the stuff I showed off, even failing that stuff, like whatever. You fail some stuff. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a seat, like an NA weekly, or so tomorrow morning there'll be the EU weekly, but it starts at like 6 a.m. or something. So I might grab tomorrow's EU weekly when I wake up, which will be after it starts. But like, don't play it, don't look at it, and just like look at the times people are getting. And if it's a seed like this, where most people finish in 3 hours, I'll be like, this is the seed. I want to like vet the seed. I don't want to take a random seed and go like, oh, it's all dungeons, 50 skulls, Biggerons required. Like, that could happen. So I don't want a seed that can potentially run 4 hours or something. Because my estimate's 3.5 hours, which is usually doable. So this seed, if I was like running low on time, and when did I save? I might have saved in a bad spot. If I was running low on time and I needed iron boots, and I was like, I can get in there with the stone. If I needed iron boots and I couldn't find them, and like I was running out of time, I could do a skip here. And that's probably what I would have done. There's not every dungeon that I know skips for that. So like, this is a glitch skip that I'm not allowed to do. But if I'm at the marathon, I might cheat to get on time, to finish on time. Just a little bit not what the weekly is. Like, I want to show off the weekly, but sometimes you gotta make the marathon end. I don't know if this actually works with the big sword. I could also pause buffer it. Oh, did I not hit it? Okay. I guess this is the frame. I don't actually know. Yeah, you get a huge speed boost if you hit that wall with a hammer. I think you can do it with sword too. But if you do that, equip the hover boots, you can get over here and skip the long shot. This is like the only thing that the long shot's required for in this dungeon. There's actually another check, but you can use hover boots to skip it. This isn't allowed in NA weekly settings, because I'm not exactly sure why. It's not hard, especially if you pause buffer. But they just don't want skips. But it's very easy to skip the long shot. Or I guess this wouldn't have helped because I needed the key. So this is to skip long shot, not iron boots rather. So forget that. But like if this comes up, I'll do it because it's easy and skips an item that's pretty useless. But anyway, I just kind of am doing random stuff now because I'm done with the race and my brain is fried, so I should probably stop. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm gonna stop now.